Okay, I'm just going to spend a couple minutes reviewing the electronics of the whole house system. The receiver is self-explanatory. If you're just using the TV in here with the receiver, that's all you need to power up. Okay, if you want to bring music in from the CD player, you're going to add the CD player and power that up to it. Now, when you do that, you will have sound in the game room through the front and back speakers. Okay, now you want to listen to music through the rest of the house. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and power up the amplifier, and you're going to all on for your speaker controller, volume controller. Okay, that gives you all the stations, and they're fairly self-explanatory. Outside is backyard, master bedroom, dining room, living room, family room, front speakers in the front of the house. Okay, you can then press 1 when it's flashing. You can use your volume up, down, or you can turn one speaker off at a time. Okay, now to get your source, you're back to your receiver. You open your CD player. One thing I'm going to point out here is you have single access for just a single speaker in that center slot. If you're just going to put one CD in, that's the easiest way. If you're going to put multiples in, you line them up here and around the cartridge. We're going to put in a single load, press play here. This is a single loader play. If you're going to load the rest of them, you're going to want to put them in the slots I pointed out, and you're going to want to use these controls here in this section for playing. Okay, we've started it. We now have music in the room, in just this room. Now, this is the part you need to pay attention to. You want to listen to music in your other zones, and I'm going to press on up front. So now I have all the zones on, so I should be hearing, I'm going to hear music throughout them. But I need to tell the receiver to go to zone 2, which gives it the rest of the whole house music. Here is zone 2, on, off. You see zone 2 off, zone 2 on, zone 2 off. Maybe press it to on. Now you have to go immediately over to your zone control and down to input. Okay, you go down to input and point the receiver to the CD player, which we have activated right now. Okay, make sure the volumes are the way you want it. You'll hear it go on in the other station, you'll hear it in the front, and now you'll have music in the other stations. If you want zone 2 to be off and you just want it back in the room, you turn zone 2 off. Okay, quickly, I just want to point out while we're here that when you put your receiver here, you can interface it with this. If you're going to put a receiver here so that you don't have to have your electronics in the living room, to minimize that, you can. We created the direct TV receiver that you're going to get. There is a direct opening there that can be run into the living room for doing your wall mount TV. Okay, for the iPod source or your iPhone, you want to make sure that it's seated here. We've got a little inset here, which is great, except we find that it doesn't really seat properly, so we've left it out. So either way, when you're using it, make sure that your phone is seated all the way down. You'll know because the music will stop coming out of your iPhone. Okay, back to our zones. We're going to make sure we have zone 2 on. We're going to press zone control. Go down to input, and with an iPhone in place, when I turn the input, it will eventually point to, and I don't have one there, this would be really impressive if I had one there, because it would say iPhone or iPad here. And now you're sourcing from your iPad. Okay, now we're in the kitchen, and there is a control here, which is nice when you're entertaining. The music's really loud here, you want to quiet it down. You've got your volume control here, all on, all off. Here's your bedroom now. When we installed the surround sound in here, which works with this receiver, the only way that they could easily do it was to circumvent the whole house system. So currently the master bedroom is operating outside of the whole house music system. If you want to change that, the wiring is all there. You can go back to the original format, which is running the whole house system for the music from the game room. We wanted to be able to have music in here, so we split the two systems off. That being said, the original 2 speaker control boxes are still in this room. So if you're running the music for the whole house system, you need to make sure that these speaker these speaker buttons do not get turned off because they will overrule, or what's the word? They will circumvent the whole house system. So if for some reason you have everything on and you're not getting music in some of the stations, specifically the backyard, you're going to want to come in here and make sure that someone hasn't pushed these buttons off on these two. If you end up redoing the system, you may want to rewire it so that these don't exist anymore. All right.